Hello everybody and welcome to the first episode of the Flight Sim Support Show. Yes, this is a new series I'm starting where I will be showing you how to solve various technical issues with Flight Simulator. These will be both ones that you could have potentially submitted in the comment section, so like if you have a problem with your Flight Sim, feel free to put it in the comments down below and I may look into fixing it and then show that for a video in case other people have had the same issue. It may also be a case of I just quickly reply to your comment if it's not that big a issue. But yes, this first episode, this is sort of the pilot episode, if you like. No pun intended. And I'll be showing you my settings. This is exclusively my P3D settings. I'll cover things like Active Sky settings, Rex settings in future videos. This is just my P3D settings, and there will also be a link to my config down below. Disclaimer about the config: it may not work on your P3D. It's for P3D version 3, so you need to have that. And certain systems work differently, like your traffic thing won't work, whether you use AI traffic or model matching for VATSIM. If that's not the same as mine, that might not work, or if it's not ordered the same, so just be aware of that, it may not work. What I recommend is looking at tweaks on that and transferring them over. I will do some videos on tweaks, so you'll be able to catch them. So anyway, first on my settings, I'm just going to go through all of the tabs in the P3D display settings, because they're the only ones you really care about. First we have the graphics settings, and I display global settings. That's just a profile selector, I don't really use that. Full screen, I don't use the full screen, but as you can see I have a 1080, 1920 by 1080 monitor, so I use that, and the display box is just for my graphics card, and well, the rest of it, they're not really important, those settings. Next we have image and texture quality. I have FXAA off. I have MSAA on 2 samples, and I can never pronounce that, anisotropic, filtering, I have that, texture filtering, I have it on 4 times, and texture resolution, I have 2K textures, essentially. A hardware tessellation, not really sure what that does, but I have it on. I heard somewhere that you should have it on. I don't use VSync because I don't get any tearing because I run it in windowed mode. Target frame rate, just have that on unlimited. Triple buffering, I think that's for VSync, so I obviously don't use that. And yeah, that's pretty much all you need to see from that one. So next we have the scenery settings. Level of detail, ultra, tessellation, high, mesh 10, texture resolution 7 centimeters. I find the texture resolution you can have that as high as you want, and I never notice any change in frame rates, so obviously I keep that on the highest setting. Maybe it's just because I've got quite a beefy graphics card. I have land detail textures. Not really sure what that does, but it's textures, so my graphics card can handle that. Next we have water and another word I can't pronounce, buffermetry. Yeah, water detail medium. That's best compromise for frame rates versus looks. Buffermetry, I surely have that off. I don't know I've got that on, to be honest. I didn't check this before I recorded this, but that's basically underwater is detail actually under the water. So P3D actually can incorporate submarines now, so that if you use submarines, I doubt anybody watching this is going to be using submarines, but you can have that on. And reflections, just clouds and user vehicles, I find the only ones necessary. Next in scenery objects, scenery complexity is very dense. Autogen vegetation density is dense, and autogen building density is dense as well. Special effects, I have them both on medium for the best compromise. Next we have lighting, HDR obviously, because it looks nice. It gives everything a nice sort of glow to it. Brightness, I have it on 0.8, 0.9, and then 0.8 again, because that's what I've just found that the best. Dynamic reflections, I have those off for the moment. Reflections, I hear they're a big hit on the CPU, so, and I don't really notice reflections too much, so I have them off. Line lights illuminating ground, pretty much a necessity for me. I really do like that, and lens flare. But I just have that on by default. Shadow quality, have that on low, as I don't really notice shadows too much. Well, shadows and reflections. Terrain shadow cast distance 10k, all I really need. Same with the next one, and object shadow cast distance because objects, well, they're higher res and they're usually a lot closer. You'll usually see them a lot closer to the ground there, so I have that on 3k for best performance, and because you don't really need it beyond that. And then you can see the boxes I've ticked here for the shadows, because that's all I really need. It's best compromise. That's the thing with flight sim settings. You don't want to max them out. You don't want them really low. You want to find a nice compromise in the middle for frame rates compared with looks. Pretty obvious, really. Next is weather, 90 miles, and cloud coverage density is medium. So I've the Active Sky actually manages that, so I don't know if that page will do anything. Then I have volumetric fog because I like volumetric fog, and it's great. It has quite a nice effect. Next I have traffic, which I don't. When I occasionally use AI, and when I do, I turn it up in the Ultimate Traffic 2 exe, so they're all on 0. I don't have vehicle labels on because they're unrealistic and they're an eyesore. Land and sea traffic, road vehicles 20%, again nice compromise, and ships and ferries 10%. You normally don't notice them, but I've installed a load of AI ships. I don't know where I've gone for, so I won't leave a link, but you can easily find them. Just Google FSX or P3D AI ships and install them into your sim objects file. And leisure boats 20%. I believe they just spawn at ports, and someone just messaged me on Skype, so I apologise about that. So yeah, they're my P3D settings. They work for me. Feel free to use them, obviously. And again, the config's in the description, although it may not work, so if it doesn't, just set these settings yourself manually. And yeah, that's it for the first episode of the Flight Sim support show. I forgot the name of it then. It's very hot in here. It's 30 degrees at the moment, so I'm forgetting things. Anyway, I'll talk to you next time. I hope you enjoyed this first episode. If you did, leave a like and suggest things that any problems you may have for me to have a look at fixing. And I will see you all in the next episode. Bye bye.